Tinnitus. What is tinnitus? Tinnitus is a ringing in the ears. And so, as in case of sickness, the cause should always be ascertained. What would be the cause of the ringing in the ears? So we begin to investigate. And these are some of the causes that I have discovered in my investigation when people come to me wanting help with tinnitus or ringing in the ears.
Ever heard that annoying ringing in your ears? It's called tinnitus, and millions struggle with it every day. But what if you could understand why it happens, and even learn how to manage it? Today, we have none other than world-renowned health expert Barbara O'Neill to break it all down for us. She's spent years uncovering the truth about natural healing, and you won't want to miss what she has to say. Let's dive in.
One man used to use a jackhammer. And many young men that use jackhammers don't feel they need to wear earmuffs. They do. Because that very loud noise, it damages the fine mechanisms in the ear. So here's this man now in his late 50s, and he has this buzzing or ringing in his ears. But what he discovered that when he stopped the allergens, so the allergens are the hybridized wheat. These are the allergen foods. The hybridized wheat, oats. For some people, oats are okay. For some people, they're not. But initially, if you're trying to conquer a problem, stop the oats as well. Dairy, and I'm going to explain why these are contributing factors with tinnitus. Peanuts and also refined sugar. So why do they play a role? Well, they are the most common allergens. And the probably first response when someone has an allergy to these foods is excess mucus in the eustachian tubes. The eustachian tubes are tubes that connect the eyes, the nose, the ears, and the mouth. And we have to also look at sinus, because sinus is also one of the causes. A sinus congestion is also one of the causes of tinnitus because it's in those tubes. So what this man found is that when he ceased eating these foods, and he used to be a big dairy eater, he used to be a big peanut eater, and he used to consume a fair bit of sugar when he used to have several schooners of beer every night. So you could put in here alcohol as well. When he stopped these foods, he found that his eustachian tubes became a lot clearer and his tinnitus was not as bad. But what he has done, he has trained himself not to hear the tinnitus. He said, I cannot hear it, and then if someone talks about it, then I can hear it. I guess it's very much like when someone lives near a train line. My son lived near a train line at one point, and I went and stayed with him. I woke up with every train. So every couple of hours I woke up, what's that noise? Now Peter slept like a log because he's so used to the train. He's so used to the train, he can't even hear it anymore. I also was talking to another lady. She said, what can I do for this tinnitus? So I began to investigate, and I discovered that she worked in a gym, and they do a HIIT class, the high intensity interval training. And in the HIIT class, they have loud music, boom, 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 boom. And she said, well, we do it so that it gets us revved up for our HIIT class.
Tinnitus isn't a disease itself. It's a symptom of an underlying issue. Tinnitus, the persistent ringing in the ears, can stem from various medical conditions. One of the most common causes is noise-induced hearing loss, where exposure to loud sounds damages the delicate hair cells in the inner ear, often seen in musicians, factory workers, or those who use headphones at high volumes. Age-related hearing loss also plays a role, as the inner ear naturally deteriorates over time, making tinnitus more common in older adults. Sometimes, something as simple as earwax buildup can trigger ringing by blocking sound waves, which often resolves after proper cleaning. Certain medications, known as ototoxic drugs, like high doses of aspirin, antibiotics, or chemotherapy treatments, can damage the auditory nerve and lead to persistent ringing. Meniere's disease, an inner ear disorder caused by fluid buildup, can create tinnitus along with dizziness and hearing loss. Jaw misalignment or teeth grinding, linked to TMJ disorders, can also contribute, as the jaw joint sits close to the ear. In some cases, blood vessel disorders like high blood pressure or narrowed arteries can cause a rhythmic whooshing sound, known as pulsatile tinnitus. Neurological conditions, such as multiple sclerosis or benign tumors on the auditory nerve, may also trigger ringing by disrupting nerve signals. Even stress and anxiety can amplify the perception of tinnitus, as the brain's heightened alertness makes normal ear activity feel overwhelming. Understanding the root cause is crucial to managing and reducing tinnitus symptoms effectively.
People in wartime who have, especially soldiers who've been working with, letting off those loud guns, they can suffer from tinnitus. So what's happened is those fine little mechanisms in the ear have been damaged. Can they be healed? Not really. Not really, because it's right inside the ear. The body does heal and the body does adapt. But as my friend Jeff found, who'd worked with the jackhammers when he used to work in the mines, and as this lady also found, she said yes, she decided to stop doing that HIIT training class. She got the DVD, because with the DVD, even if they've got the loud music on, then you can turn it to mute. And you can have your nice classical music in the background. Maybe if you want something a bit faster, you'll choose the William Tell Overture and do the training there. But every time that when someone has tinnitus and they stop these foods, they can testify that the problem isn't resolved, but it can sometimes be 50% improved, all because eliminating these foods has cleaned the eustachian tubes out. I have also found when someone has severe sinus problems, they can also get tinnitus. Severe sinus problems can also result in sleep apnea because of a blockage in these tubes. These tubes should be clear. To have been able to get their tinnitus very much under control, very much manageable. Everyone I know is managing something, and if you can manage it, you're doing well.
Tinnitus cannot be fully cured because it is usually caused by permanent damage to the inner ear's hair cells or nerves. Once these delicate structures are damaged, they do not regenerate. In some cases, tinnitus is linked to brain activity rather than just the ears, making it even harder to fix completely. However, tinnitus can be managed to make life easier. Sound therapy like white noise or calming nature sounds helps mask the ringing. Reducing stress through meditation and relaxation techniques can prevent tinnitus from getting worse. Avoiding loud noises, using ear protection, and limiting caffeine and alcohol can also help. Some people find relief with hearing aids or cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, which retrains the brain to ignore the sound. While a full cure doesn't exist, these methods can make tinnitus far less bothersome. With the insights from Barbara O'Neill, you now have the knowledge to take control of your ear health. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more natural health tips. See you in the next video.